Founders Live is a social platform for entrepreneurs all around the world. It's a community to inspire, educate, and entertain. We hold events in a growing number of cities that highlight emerging talent. And online, we have videos, posts, articles. As entrepreneurs, we're incredibly lonely sometimes, so I wanted to connect other founders to help solve their problems.
This is a good atmosphere to see the different problems that a lot of different industries and startups are handling.
The ultimate vision for Founders Live is a global entrepreneurial community where startups and founders connect with anyone else in the world, and instantly they've reached millions of people, possibly even raised money.
I love new ideas. I love hearing about businesses getting off the ground. Nick always packs the house.
Founders Live was created on a foundation of 4 core values. First, respectful authenticity. You should feel comfortable and just be who you are. Core value number 2, gather around the campfire. We're figuratively sitting around a campfire telling stories. So we encourage you to describe the future that you imagine.
Get everybody from all different age groups, all different industries, and talk about growing companies. It's what it's all about.
Core value number 3, open the door. My success has come from others opening a door for me. We encourage doing great things for people without expecting a return. And the final core value, no name tags. You'll notice that you're not wearing a name tag. That is just an analogy of removing the awkwardness. So if you want to know their name, simply walk up and shake their hand. People pitch their business idea with only 99 seconds. We have 4 minutes of Q&A, and you're going to cast your vote, infusing the 4 core values, short, exciting pitches, and then having a crowd around the world voting on the best startup creates such a unique experience. This will not be your last Founders Live event. We hope to see you at the next Founders Live.
Hello, MJ. Good evening. There seems to be some background noise on your end. I'm going to mute you for a moment. Okay. I'm not sure what's going on. Hi, everyone. Oh my gosh, that's coming from my computer. Oh my gosh. MJ, that was so embarrassing. I totally blamed that on you, and it was me. So
no, it's okay.
Oops. Okay, well, how are you this evening?
I am well. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. I'm really glad to be here at this Founders Live event. I am stoked to have my friend Max Ringelheim from When Going Viral. I want to jump right into hosting Max because he is very kindly taking some time today to be with us and stepping out of another event. Hi, Max. We're going to go ahead and have you educate the community. So I'm going to take myself and MJ off screen, and we'll get right to it with you sharing with everyone mentally preparing for entrepreneurship. And everyone, Max was the founder of the Viral hoverboard brand and is now leveraging his knowledge into his company When Going Viral to help entrepreneurs prepare for having a viral business. Hopefully I did okay with that, Max, but I
all good. Can you guys hear me okay? Everything coming through clearly, Janine? Yes, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
so?
We're good. We can hear you.
Okay, cool. What's up, everyone? It's great to be here. Thank you so much, Janine, for the invitation to Founders Live Atlanta. Really appreciate it, and super stoked to be sharing a little bit about mentally preparing for the journey of entrepreneurship this evening with y'all. I thought what I would do for today is just speak through a bit of my own story and highlight throughout some of my story some pretty interesting positive mental moments, but then some negative mental moments throughout my entrepreneurial journey that I could help educate y'all with, and then wrap up towards the end with just some great ways to mentally prepare for something that I experienced, and then you guys will really experience in your own unique ways and manners through your own business. So as Janine mentioned, my name is Max Ringelheim. I'm from Long Island, New York. I got into and caught the bug of entrepreneurship back in 2011 after graduating from the University of Buffalo. where I had a chance to start a video conferencing software company right out of college. It was called Vonvo.com. And very simply, think of Vonvo as like a hybrid of Google Hangouts or Zoom meets Kickstarter. It was a video donation platform for nonprofits to host virtual events back in 2011 and gather their constituency. And, throughout that first startup experience of mine, what I can tell you in terms of some of the mental hiccups that we had throughout the course of that business. I think the first one to start off with, where a lot of the headaches and mental just annoyances that I had to deal with in this first startup of mine related to being a non-technical co-founder and trying to have to find a technical co-founder to help me build this video conferencing software. And with that came a variety of different trials and tribulations on the mental front, right, that I wasn't prepared for. But hopefully these types of anecdotal stories will help educate you guys and prepare you guys for your own experience coming up here. And so, like, for instance, one of those was my first developer was a college student who literally stole our source code for our first V1 of our website software or web app. And what that kind of looked like was just a lot of, real annoyances, right? Because we had spent, nearly 6 months working with this individual, and then he went back to college and literally stopped communicating with us. That was really, really awful, and couldn't really prepare for that. But unfortunately, what doesn't kill you make you stronger, right? And so that experience ultimately then led into a second web development firm in Canada, which, got a V1 built, didn't, steal our source code, but took months upon end of delays and more delays to see our V1 website actually get built. Thankfully, it was able to be launched, but it came with a lot of headaches and a lot of hair pulling out to see this V1 actually come to fruition. And, from my side, right, and I'm sure many of you guys here in Founders Live, right, you're probably pitching angel investors or VCs or and such, and that comes with its own, headaches, right, from a mental standpoint when you get rejected countless times, right, by different investors. And so that was some of the different trials and tribulations I faced. I had to mentally prepare myself ahead of the next venture that I got involved in. And that next venture I got involved in, which I think I was more mentally prepared for, was the hoverboard fad. So back in 2015, I had a super viral business called Funky Duck, which was the #1 brand in the hoverboard industry. Back in 2015, this company, Funky Duck, went viral overnight, did millions of dollars in business in a matter of weeks. We were the leading company in the world with this hoverboard device that everyone was buying left and right. And literally and figuratively, 15 months later, I kid you not, after working with the Kardashians, working with Justin Bieber, and seeing millions of dollars come through our doors in a matter of weeks, and seeing our social media accounts skyrocket to 110,000 followers from around the world in a matter of weeks. Literally and figuratively, the entire industry crashed and burned within 15 months of starting that venture. So you can imagine the real headaches that came with that particular venture, right? And having to really feel some very tough punches to the gut, right? Going through that type of entrepreneurial experience. And, from my side, thankfully, a lot of the experience that I got from Vonvo helped prepare me for what was launching a viral venture. And, although it might have been amazing experiencing some of the positives of working with the Kardashians and, being on episodes of Modern Family with our device and all of that, seeing, for instance, the US government ban our device, seeing FedEx stop allowing you to ship the device after these hoverboards started catching fire and exploding, and people's homes started burning down after an exploding hoverboard, and people started going to the hospital after falling off a hoverboard. Those mental punches to the gut, really, really, again, made my skin that much thicker. As one of my favorite influencers in the entrepreneurial space, Gary Vaynerchuk, says, right, I've built up obnoxiously thick skin over the many years in these two different startups specifically that I helped co-found. And so from my side, what I thought I would leave you guys with were a couple of tips for mentally preparing for the journey of entrepreneurship after hearing a few of the things that I had to go through in my own entrepreneurial journey. The first thing that I would leave you with is there's going to be bumps in the road. No matter what, there's always going to be bumps in the road. Don't expect a smooth sailing journey. Whether you go viral or not doesn't make a difference. You can be opening up a donut shop and you're going to have bumps in the road, okay? And so that's the first thing that I would leave you with. The second thing that I would leave you with is I would encourage everyone here on this event today for Founders Live to, think about learning how to meditate and how to calm the mind and how to literally stay even keeled throughout the course of the day, because things like practices like meditation and being mindful of your emotions and such will help you dramatically when you're in this journey of entrepreneurship. When times are tough, you'll be able to stay more even keeled. When times are great, you'll be able to stay more even keeled, because there are certainly times where you might get casted in mirages when things are going great and think that everything is just so well off that the work is hard, etc. But that's not the case, right? By having practices like meditation baked into yourself, you can be really flatlined and stay really objective and balanced throughout the course of your what will be a rocky roller coaster type journey. The next thing I was going to leave you with in terms of preparing mentally for the journey of entrepreneurship would be just the concept that you want to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. There's going to be a lot of times when you're in your entrepreneurial journey where you're not going to know how to do something. You're going to be pushed to boundaries that you haven't been pushed to before. And to be in that mindset of getting comfortable with the uncomfortable, you'll be and find yourself being that much more prepared to maneuver through a roadblock or maneuver around a barrier or complete a particular task by its said timeline and not have it go overdue. And in the world of entrepreneurship, your biggest asset oftentimes is time, when maybe you're not loaded with cash and you're bootstrapping your company or trying to raise outside capital. And so that's really important to be mindful of as well. And the last thing I would leave you with in terms of your mentally preparing or mental preparation ahead of your journey in entrepreneurship is to put yourself in a mindset where you're going to be the hardest worker humanly possible. There's something to say about the journey of entrepreneurship where you can be putting yourself in that hardworking capacity where you're going to plow through brick walls no matter what might be in front of you. That ends up, in my mind, has helped me continue to see new progressions with each startup. And I think that that's like just something that every entrepreneur should be prepared for mentally, to be ready to go and ready to rock and ready to work hard each and every time, because I think it's essential. I think it's mandatory. I think it's imperative that entrepreneurs recognize that. And so those would be some of my takeaways in terms of how to mentally prepare for entrepreneurship. And Janine, from your side, would be happy to take any questions that maybe some of the audience members have in regards to this topic or any other topic that we're towards the end of my opening remarks, we'll call it.
Yeah, this was amazing, Max. And, I can see a lot of these lessons shining through. Max and Bonnie and I are in David Meltzer's coaching group. And I think that this ability to efficiently clear interference I've been thinking a lot about it, is super important. MJ, I don't think that you know Max or that you guys have met before. So not to put you on the spot, but if you have any questions to ask him, we can go with that and open it to the audience. Give this a couple minutes.
So this is actually my first time meeting Max. I will say that the information that he provided us this evening was very timely. For me personally, where you mentioned to basically get into the mindset of being the hardest worker, I love that. Because I look at challenges, because we, like you said, we're gonna face them. So be prepared. And for me, it's like to have the courage of 1,000 lions. Like you've got to get it done. It doesn't matter. Don't back down. So I absolutely love that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad it resonated with you. And hopefully for the other entrepreneurs pitching, who might be first-time entrepreneurs, as well as anyone in the audience that's thinking about it, et cetera. Hopefully those could be good ways for people to be that much more successful in this world.
Yeah, that's something I've been really excited to contribute to the community through Founders Live, is to provide this platform for people who are early in starting their companies to have the opportunity to practice the pitch, get
Yep.
some feedback, get some new friends and connections in a supportive environment that I've really enjoyed partnering with MJ and Bonnie and everyone who's supported the community at Founders Live Atlanta. And thank you, Max, for coming in on this. To anyone who doesn't know, this is actually the last event that myself and my team, including MJ, is hosting. We're so glad to have Max join us. I'm also appreciating all of our amazing founders we're about to move on to. So last call, if there's any closing remarks or questions with Max. I know, Max, we appreciate you taking the time this evening between other commitments to join us.
Totally.
I'm glad to have you. So we'll get you back and we'll get going with these pitches in a moment. Is there any closing words? Oh, we do have one. Actually, we have one question.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. If you don't mind sharing, did you get the exit to the business on your terms, or with the crash, was it not your terms?
Yeah, great question. By the way, Janine, at the end, you're welcome to post my email, contact information, to the rest of the group. So don't hesitate to do that. As you know, I'm really passionate about helping other aspiring entrepreneurs in their journey. So in terms of your question, Jason, it's a really good one. So with my first company, Vonvo, unfortunately, I had to dig that company in the graveyard after 3.5 years. So, to answer your question,
They're asking about the hoverboards. They're asking about
the hoverboard. Yeah, so on the hoverboard front, unfortunately, after the government banned the device and after FedEx stopped allowing you to ship the device, unfortunately, the company fizzled out. And that's because the entire industry literally fizzled out back in early 2016, that is. And so, unfortunately, for me, I had basically come to grips with the fact that the product was an ultimate fad, right? And I ended up exiting the business on my own terms because it just felt like it wasn't any longer the right time to work on this business after you couldn't literally operate it. So from my side, to answer your question, I had saved up enough money to move into New York City, get an apartment over there. Unfortunately, I didn't make the retire rich at 24 years old type money that we all at 24 years old hope to make. But that said, a lot of the lessons learned and things that you heard about tonight are things that I'll be able to pay forward to folks like yourself. And it's also part of a bigger, broader brand when going viral that Janine mentioned, my company that I'm building that hopefully will help many other entrepreneurs like the ones tonight.
Yeah, I think it's incredible. I was thinking about this today, Max, as I was putting some finishing touches on the event, that the way you've turned your experiences and things that were challenging at the time, like the way you've kind of organized all of your experiences into an opportunity for yourself, I think is really cool. And also, I don't know if we have time for this, but I'm sorry to cut you off about Vonvo. If you wanted to finish sharing about that.
No, I mean, it was 3.5-year journey and exit on my own terms, which was just, unfortunately burying the company in the graveyard after 3.5 years. And all in all, recognizing that it just wasn't growing at the rate I was hoping it would. And even though there was, for instance, $250,000 in front of me to take to fundraise with the business, I recognized that I needed $1 million to take next steps with the business. And so I left on my own terms, leaving that money on the table and not, taking another investor's funds that I didn't think I could, do full justice with, right? And provide the return he would be looking for.
That's really wise. It just feels very karmatically balanced to not try to push past what you in your gut believe is
Totally.
The boundaries of a certain situation. This was incredible, Max. Thank you for joining us. I will get you back to your event.
All good. Thanks so much for having me,
you
guys.
again.
Enjoy the rest of your event. And good luck to all the companies that are pitching. Good luck. Crush it.
Yeah, I put your info in the comments. I highly recommend you guys get in touch with Max. He's great for helping your business become viral and managing it to virality.
Yeah, feel free to put my social media in the chat as well, Jane. I'm on the StreamYard, obviously, but whatever you're using, feel free to put all my stuff in, okay?
All right, I will. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
See you later.
Talk to y'all later. Enjoy. Good luck.
Hi, MJ.
Hello. That was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed what Max shared. Just knowing that, building two companies, the last company, those challenges that you honestly don't have control over, which could be very stressful. But just to see him push through that was great. So.
Yeah, I know. Max is really cool. So I think he can be very helpful to anyone who would like to get in touch and seek his assistance. So moving on from that, MJ, I think it is about time for us to get on to these pitches.
Yes. So I know we got right into that, but where are people tuning in from?
I know, I was thinking about this, MJ. Like Max was talking. It was my stream of consciousness. I was like, well, because I told him that we would be snappy with getting him on, and I was like so proud of that commitment. But I was like, wait, we missed something.
Yes.
So, yes, we'll take this moment. If you guys want to tell us where you're watching from, I'm actually at Bonnie's house in Pittsburgh. So shout out to Bonnie, who is providing our back end operations and is kind of the third person in this amazing team. Hi, Bonnie. Not kind of, you are the
Hi, guys. Hey, you happened to catch the dining room in a quiet moment. So,
it's the universe was so aligned, Bonnie. Anyways, go ahead. Bonnie is an anxiety coach.
Yeah, so I wasn't expecting to speak, but hi, everyone.
It's okay. Just say hi. We'll get you back to the audience, but thank you. Yeah. Thank you for your help. So everyone, yes, you can let us know where you're watching from. I'm blessed to be in Pittsburgh with Bonnie and her family, and I'm blessed for all of my amazing team members to be helping us. I'll put you back in the audience, Bonnie. Cool. Awesome. So glad to have you guys, and I'm really excited. Another kind of message to everyone watching, please check back on my LinkedIn shortly, as my amazing friends and team members, Bonnie and MJ, and I will be doing some new projects and endeavors that will roll out in time. So kind of shout out to check back with us on LinkedIn and see how that's going. So without further ado, I think we are ready for pitches now, MJ. We've been preparing a while, so.
All right, and it looks like Joseph is tuning in from Dallas. So, hey, Joseph, thank you so much for joining us. So let's
somebody shouting out.
Let's go ahead and hop right into the pitch.
We will, yeah. Okay, great. So here, let's get Alexander on stage. Hi, Alexander. How are you?
Good. Excited to be on.
Oh, good. We're glad to have you. So, are you planning to screen share? Either way is okay, but I will make sure to have you set up before we
got a verbal pitch I'm going to throw you guys.
Got it.
We love that too. So I will remove myself and MJ from the screen, and when you start speaking is when your 99 seconds will start, and then after I cut you off, I'll come back, and then we'll start the 4 minutes at that point for your Q&A.
Awesome. Hey guys, I'm Alexander. I'm the founder of Kickback Podcasts. Kickback is a podcasting platform that leverages cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. Through a decentralized, user-owned, crypto-based network, Kickback is revolutionizing the way podcasts are shared and monetized. Making money in the podcasting industry is incredibly hard. Monetization options prevalent in video platforms such as subscriptions, donations, and dynamic ads aren't commonplace in the podcasting industry, meaning thousands of hosts shut down their podcasts every year due to a lack of revenue. On the user side, listeners are commonly bombarded with ads and gain no upside for their attention. We plan on revolutionizing what podcasting looked like for hosts and users alike. On the host side, we're going to bring in those Web 2 monetization options like subscriptions, donations, and ads that are so widely needed in podcasting to our platform. We're then planning on taking podcasting to the next level by implementing things such as crypto crowd funds and NFT episodes. Now, on the user side, we're planning on creating a Tinder discovery system similar to the company Dis to really open up the ability to find new and exciting episodes. We're also going to allow users to gain upside for their attention by implementing a weekly lottery for consistent listeners. We currently have a team of 4 people with a long line of experience in the audio market and developing Web3 podcasts. Going forward, we're going to continue to develop ways in which we can allow hosts to turn their passions into a full-time career and really open the doors for what Web3 can do for podcasting. So kick back and listen to your favorite podcasts on our platform.
Excellent job, Alexander. And you were a few seconds under time. So great job being inside of the time limit. At this point, we will go ahead and ask the audience for questions. If you have any questions for Alexander, or I'll give that a moment. If not, I'll start asking. And when we start the questions is when we will start your 4 minutes for Q&A. So anyone in the audience, feel free to type the questions in the chat. So I'll get us started. Alexander, how do you plan to build the community of podcast hosts as well as listeners that you're going to need in order to be successful?
Yeah, so on the consumer/user side, our big things are, developing that Tinder feed that I talked about earlier, and also bringing that lottery. For us, we're doing a 50-40-10 split on the advertising. On YouTube takes around 50% of the revenue. With our plan, we're giving 40% right back to the consistent listeners through that lottery, which we sort of see as like a marketing expense for us. On the user side, or on the host side, for example, we are planning on doing selectively letting in podcast hosts onto the platform. With Kickback, we're really trying to revolutionize, the monetization options for hosts. And we believe that by allowing hosts to get more money out of every single play on our platform than any other platform, they're going to promote our platform over others.
So getting more money out of your platform, is it based on you having more revenue streams or monetization options than other platforms? Is that how they will get more money than any other platform?
Yeah. So, big platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, like I said in my pitch, it's strange. They don't have those monetization options you would expect, such as subscriptions, donations, dynamic ads. So we're bringing in all of those, and then we're also bringing in NFT episodes as well. So we're really diversifying the amount of monetization options you can choose from. And in addition to that, we're taking a very small rate in the beginning, which means that, like Spotify, for example, takes over 100% of the ad revenue on their platform. Apple Podcasts doesn't even have ads. At Kickback, we're planning on only taking 10% in the beginning. Obviously, as we continue to develop, we'll see like 10% can sustain our business. But, at Kickback, we're taking a very low rate, which really creates this sort of, creator-focused platform for us.
Yeah, what crossed my mind, you might just not be there yet with this type of question, but there's been situations where if you have a very rabid fan base built around a brand, for example, of taking a lower percentage, if you were to need a higher percentage in order to make your own numbers work, that can sometimes cause a backlash. And actually, this is kind of within the realm. This is like Max's area about what happens when you go viral. But have you thought about like how you would raise your own take in a way that's going to be accepted by the community?
Yeah. So with Web3 platforms, the real exit plan for Web3 companies, such as a podcast platform or a writing platform, is to develop into a protocol similar to Ethereum or Bitcoin to put out there your own coin. The biggest example of this is Uniswap. Uniswap is a decentralized exchange. It's sort of like Coinbase, but decentralized. And so at Kickback, we're planning on decentralizing the platform into like a creator toolkit API almost that developers can use across a number of different apps and websites. So for us, we're taking a very low rate on the platform because we're trying to develop into our own cryptocurrency almost, which is where the real money is going to be. The real money for us isn't really in the platform; it's in the crypto that the cryptocurrency we're going to create off of it.
So is it going to be based on you minting the crypto and the value going up? We're pretty close to time, so I guess just say yes or no.
A little bit. Basically, we're going to create a cryptocurrency that you can use in a number of different creators.
Okay, I have to cut this off. I do want to hear offline about the cryptocurrency you're going to use, but I want to keep this fair for everyone, getting exactly 4 minutes. We're so glad to have you back, MJ. We are at time with Alexander. Thank you again, Alexander. I'm sure people are very curious to learn more. I hope to see you in the networking where we can chat further. And of course, we can always talk offline as well. So we're going to remove you and keep it moving with our pitches. See you soon.
Yeah, see you guys soon.
All right, MJ.
Yes, I absolutely love that. I'm in terms of like the crypto and menting, I'm just like in this learner phase.
Me too.
So I am definitely interested in like the NFT episode. I want to hear more regarding that. That was really good.
Oh my gosh. Like for both you and Bonnie, I've been like I've been so on it. I'm like, these founders are so cool. You have to come to networking and they need to like everybody go talk in networking. I know I'm like the drill sergeant about the networking. That's my role in life. So yeah, we'll keep it moving here because all of our startups are fantastic. I truly am so blessed to have this group. So we have Dennis Lee from Reski. Did I pronounce it correctly?
Yep, you got it.
Yay! Glad to have you. I will remove myself and MJ, and when you start speaking, we'll start your 99 seconds. Do you have slides or are you?
No deck.
Awesome. I like this. People are taking my advice because I personally think 99 seconds is better without slides.
Yeah.
My 2 cents. So I know everybody coming out next is like trashing their. I'm just kidding. All right. We'll get to it. Great to have you, Dennis.
All right. Millennials' money is in crisis. Today, for your average millennial families, 75% of their money is at risk. It's risk like death, illness, and disability. We all know tools like life and disability insurance could fill this gap, but the existing digital purchase experience for these products simply sucks. It takes a massive time to research, it lacks personalization, you overpay for coverages you don't need, and most importantly, it never comes at a time of convenience. Hey, let's be honest, no one enjoys researching or buying insurance, including myself. Having 10 years of insurance leadership experience and launched many insurance products, this is unacceptable. And that's why I started Risky. So Risky pioneers embedded insurance as part of the embedded finance evolution. We are an AI-powered technology that reinvents the way millennials engage with insurance and protect their money. Just like buying travel insurance when booking a trip, now we are embedded in millennials' favorite financial technology. For instance, let's say they are in their favorite budgeting app. It's our technology that drives them into understanding their key financial risks and provide an easy way to take actions. Besides convenience, Riskies is millennials' trusted digital advisor by helping them understand insurance, optimize coverage, save thousands, and make purchase digitally in just a few minutes. Today, we're going to market by partnering with B2C fintech company to deliver the best-in-class insurance solution to their millions of users. And we're inviting you to be part of this journey. Thank you.
Wow, Dennis, you were also my hair. You're just about right at time. So great job preparing. Excellent job overall. So we will go ahead. We'll take some questions from the audience. When we start asking you questions is when your 4 minutes will start. Would you like to jump in, MJ, or I'm happy to start with the questions?
Yeah, so I think for me, I would love to, because I know you mentioned it's an embedded insurance, and you also stated that there would be a digital advisor. I would love to know, with regards to your go-to-market strategy, how do you what does that look like in terms of your ideal client profile? Like, who are you starting with?
Yeah, so the ones we started with actually wasn't our optimal like ICPs. So we started with the smaller fintech company. We started with the financial planning firms. Some actually work out pretty well, but it's very hard to grow in those kind of channel. So now, after working with a variety type of companies, we landed on B2C fintech companies with 50,000 plus users for a variety of reasons. Again, right, the user's number is not like a black and white thing, but it's more of a proxy of the product life cycle and also a suggestions of the need of insurance services. So that's really what we focus on to address the surging insurance demand from these partners and their limited capability in developing like an in-house operations.
Yeah. Also, Dennis, if you would like to share a bit more about the synergy with the partners and the way that you can use the data to provide better solutions to the customers, I found that interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we observe today in the market in terms of embedded insurance solution is that, just having a insurance transactional, insurance product on the shelf on the website, it's only half the battle, right? People still do not understand insurance. It's still a product that, have a perceived value of maybe sometimes even zero, but frankly, a lot of people need it. And we look at the channel partner, we look at what's a gap in the market, we realize that, we're actually having a lot of these personal information, personal finance information. We can actually use digest and spit out a solution that's tailor made for each individual. Not only help them understand insurance, but more importantly, actually help them build trust, right? Everyone likes to see things that are personalized for them, that they can resonate. And then after we get some alignment on that, we help people understand their need of insurance. Then we can even begin the conversation of purchase insurance. And that's really the biggest gap today in the market is that people, don't even think they need insurance when they actually do. And that's why today the customer acquisition cost in terms of digital channel is very high. And we really just, try to tackle this inefficiency in insurance distribution when it comes to these type of product, income protection products.
Have you figured out, and I know you and I talked offline about some different companies you're working with, but which, I guess, types of fintechs or like which verticals you feel are the best for cross-selling your products?
Yeah, for sure. The ones that are focusing on bringing financial wellness solution to end users, there are different ways these companies are improving financial wellness. But the reason why it works out well is, number one, for obvious reason, insurance is important part of financial wellness. And, what we can bring to the table is more than just insurance transaction, number one. And number two, from an economics point of view, it's very hard for financial wellness company to, generate appealing LTV. So when we bring in insurance product, the revenue sharing or affiliate model actually is very appealing to them. There are some other channels that we work with as well, but it's a little bit more challenging if they have a pretty high LTV and comparing with what we can.
We've got to cut it off now, Dennis. We're at 4 minutes, but we would love to hear from you further. Talking networking. Thank you so much for pitching. We will remove you now. All right, awesome, MJ. Well, we are really in the swing.
Yes. And that was great. I absolutely loved Dennis' pitch. In like what he's currently working on. That was really good. This is gonna be tough.
I know. I was thinking that too. We're only 2 startups in out of 5. So let's keep it moving. Next, we've got Ram from Frugby. Hi, Ram. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear. Thank you for joining us. I will remove myself and MJ, and when you start speaking, we'll start your 99 seconds. Are you using slides?
Yeah, I'm going to share my screen. Is it okay?
of course, we'll get your slides up then. So let's make sure that's on screen before you start speaking. And when we've got everything ready and you speak is when your 99 seconds will start.
All right, let me try whether my
you should be able to share at the bottom. Just press the share button.
Yeah, that's what I did. And let's see.
Oh, let me see if it'll come up. Oh, I see. Make it full screen and then I'll add this on here. Perfect. Okay, good. Yes, we can see it. We're all good. So I will go ahead and remove myself and MJ, and then you can get started.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm the founder and CEO of Frugby. You know, we have a lot of social connections today, right? Instagram, Facebook, it's all fantastic, right? So connecting people. But the real problem is we don't know our neighbors, next door neighbors, right? So we have a lot of social connections, but definitely many of us, right? At least the average Joe I'm talking about don't know the neighbor's name, right? That's what Frugby is trying to change, right? How can we do this? Even today, if you look at it, we are connected yet disconnected. Why can't we help each other by connecting in person, right? And through that, we have a meaningful in-person interaction within the neighborhood. That's what Frugby is trying to do, right? So we have a lot of skills within our community. So why can't we connect people to get their chores done by helping each other, right? That's what we are trying to do here. So we not only stop at connecting people in the neighborhood, but also we want to support the local businesses where we live. That's why in Frugby, you can earn digital coins. The coins can be used for exchange of coupons within this city or within the local business area where we live in, right? So if I'm in Atlanta, in Johns Creek, I don't need to go all the way to, Atlanta to go to a restaurant. There are many restaurants locally. That's what we're trying to do, right? So now Frugby in action, right? If you want to think about it, how does this work, right? It's like Uber. If I want to walk my dog, just like a send a request, right? It matches people. Let's say Janine comes and walk my dog for 45 minutes. Her time has become plus 45 minutes, mine has become 45 minutes, minus 45 minutes. In this process, we meet in person, right? We also introduced democratizing.
Ram, we've got to cut you off now. We're at time, but we'll go ahead. We'll go ahead and open it to questions.
Sure.
Hi, MJ.
Yes, I am here.
Awesome. Okay, so we welcome audience questions. If you have anything top of mind, or I can kick it off. And Ram, when we get started, we'll start your time on the 4 minutes for Q&A.
Sure. Okay.
So yeah, I would love to know more about your go-to-market strategy. Do you plan on, and I don't know if you've marketed, or have already done this, but will you start within your own neighborhood, or do you have like a location that you plan to actually focus on?
All right, that's an excellent question, right? So first is, of course, we have to win closer to our neighborhood, right? I would rather have a lot of people densely, populated in one area as opposed to across the US, right? So that means I need to win the medal or the bronze medal in my neighborhood, right? Which is in Johns Creek. So we are focusing on North Metro area at this point, right? To get as much as users within the North Metro area.
We have an audience question from my dear friend Terry. It's great to see you here, Terry. And he is asking, is there a limit on types of tasks that can be requested and or completed through the app?
No, it is any daily chores like pet walking, assembling furniture. We are talking about 20 to 25, right? And lawn mowing, gardening, anything. Think about this anywhere between the professional services and the day-to-day services, which many of us can do, right? So what we are trying to do this by doing that, we are democratizing earnings for the people around the neighborhood, right? So even last week, the college kid made money by, bagging the leaf in the backyard. In the meantime, the person also got a better rate as opposed to going for professionals. Definitely this can be done within with the help of people around our neighborhood, right? That's what happened.
That's an interesting question. So thank you for asking, Terry. And actually, when you mentioned college students, it reminded me, Ram, that was one possible direction you were looking at some point. What are your thoughts about focusing on college students?
Yeah, that is true. We are starting with the schools as well, but also the Johns Creek High School precisely because I'm in Atlanta, and also in the colleges. But while this is kicking off within the neighborhood now, there's a lot of traction in the last 2 months of people helping each other. We are trying to get to the colleges as well because to increase the scale, we realized that excuse me. Sorry about that. We realized that it is just like many of the apps like Tinder and Venmo, whatnot. The colleges has increased the user base. We are connecting with the Greek Life in UGA, in Georgia Tech, and Kennesaw State University. We just started that.
That's good. That's good that you're looking in that direction as well. What is your big vision?
No, I think the big vision we talked about, right? There are two things, right? One is about building the trust around the community, right? That means we need to have a lot of user base. The main thing is to grow the user base, right? That's what our main focus is all about, right? That's our vision first. Once we have a larger vision, which we already started democratizing earnings, right? As people make money, which is a small subset, right? We're not making money out of that. But in the larger thing, right? We will have a local Airbnb, right? We'll have a local storage, right? Because once we have a lot of trust, even the neighbors can list their services and make money out of that, right? In the process, our main vision is we want to connect people for real, to have a meaningful in-person interaction. So that's the end goal that's the passion of Frugby is all about.
I love that. That's a great way to sum it up, and I think that's really relevant and a great thought. Is there anything else that you'd like to share? Oh, we're at time. But thank you, Ram.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. It was great to have you, and I love your vision of helping people connect more in person. I've really enjoyed doing that myself, and I think it's good that there's a formalized way. So we loved hearing from you. We are going to take you back off screen and keep it moving. All right, MJ. Wow, it is definitely heating up.
It is. I love with Ram though, in terms of connecting people in person, like that is so needed. And then giving people the ability to be able to earn money within the neighborhood. Like what better way to serve? So that's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, I think so too. So we are going to bring up our next founder. We do Jason, are you okay? Are you okay to go ahead and go? I know we had you last, but if you can pitch now, we'll go ahead with that.
Yeah, sure. I do have. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Are you sharing slides or no?
I will. Yep.
Okay, cool. We'll get that on screen for you. And then after that, when I remove myself and MJ, we'll kick off your 99 seconds as soon as you start speaking.
Well, first, can you all see this?
Now we can, yes.
All right.
1 moment. Okay, great. Thank you. Yes, like I said, I will take myself and MJ off of screen. And then when you start speaking, we will kick off your 99 seconds. Yes, we can all see your slides.
Digital brings so much goodness to our lives. It can lead to entertainment, romance, connection. It has the power to change our lives, but it also has the power to destroy. We start wanting a little entertainment, we end up binge watching. We want to cure a little loneliness, we end up watching adult content. Healthy desires that we attempt to satisfy with unhealthy means. So what if we could consume technology without it consuming us? That's Lead Me Not. My name is Jason Matthew. I'm the founder of Lead Me Not. We are a digital wellness platform, and we use accountability, radical transparency, and AI to fight destructive digital habits. So imagine you're going on hour 3 of a TV show, the clock strikes 12, and you get a notification. Hey, you said you didn't want to be on Netflix after midnight. You felt miserable the next morning. This is a notification from your device and from your best friend, your trusted partner. This is proactive and holistic. It's proactive because we're alerting users before they make a decision they'll regret. It's holistic because we care about what's going on in their heart and mind. So we launched last February, and today we have more than 300 active users without any marketing or advertising, collected 100 million data points. We have 3 partners, organizations who share Lead Me Not with their client base. And clients or our users also cite life change as they've been using it over the last year. So today we can look at a single source of data to use if-then statements to help users understand when they go beyond their boundaries. But tomorrow we can harness AI automation to look at your calendar, your browser, your wearable.
Jason, we've got to cut you off now. Great job. I'll bring MJ back on. So yes, call for audience questions, and I'll start in a moment the question and start the time as well, because I do have one that came to mind. So starting now, Jason, you mentioned that you got the 350 active users with no advertising, if that's correct. Can you tell us a bit more how you were able to do that?
Yeah, so to be honest with you, the little optimization we did was with our first use case, and that's those who struggle with watching adult content online. And we've been blown away over the last 12 plus months with the level of organic demand that individuals have globally around wanting to quit this particular addiction. So people are looking for, blockers and tools that just allow them to kind of wrap their arms around this particular addiction or habit that they may seem as kind of ill-fitting for their life. So again, it's been pretty remarkable. Very little optimization, but a ridiculous amount of organic demand that validates there's a market need here.
So it was through working with one organization and onboarding users that the word spread naturally just from this group of first users?
Yeah, and sorry to clarify, these are individuals just searching organically for tools on Google Play, right? So that's how we started, right? With thousands of individuals who go searching for apps. And then from there, we were able to go to these organizations, say like, hey, we have a free resource and tool. So we're getting traffic from those organizations as well. But the majority right now is coming straight from Google Play organic search.
That's incredible. MJ, do you have a question? Or let's check the chat. Oh, we do from the audience. So from our friend Terry, other than a notification, how will this minimize screen time or other distractions? And will it serve to monitor what children are doing on their devices?
Yeah, so first, it will serve to monitor what kids are doing on their devices. We have users where parents are leveraging Lead Me Not for their kids. Granted, it's just on Android right now, so working on building it to a true multi-device platform. So other than the notifications right now, so we are relying on the accountability as kind of a key piece here, right? As a deterrent when you think about, man, either from the perspective of I don't want my accountability partner to receive a notification, or just introducing, more importantly, you're fostering communication and connection, right, with the individual to say like, hey, man, I got this notification. What's going on in your heart and mind? But we're going in a direction where we can start bringing in curated resources and real content where we can not just be this kind of reactive, proactive, but to my point about holistic, to say, man, how do you drive true behavioral change outside of just looking at a notification or you shut down my app? I think both approaches are ideal. And right now you have kind of tools that are taking one or the other.
That's really interesting to incorporate multiple approaches. MJ, do you have a question now?
I do. So when you are onboarding a user onto the platform, do they get to choose who their accountability partner is? Or is it someone that's kind of random that says, I want to volunteer to be that person's accountability partner?
Yeah, that's a great question. For MVP, you need to have a partner to start. Now, what's really interesting is that there's folks who have reached out, a good number of, hey, I want accountability. I don't know anyone. Users have taken me up on being in their partner, given my struggle, right? I've struggled with digital addiction, online dating. That's why I created Lead Me Not. So people trust me. They hear my story, my testimony. So we see a need to like, hey, we can bring in a community of partners to help those who need accountability and want it, but don't have someone. But then there's also those who want accountability, but not from a human, interestingly enough. They want the machine. They're not ready yet for that human interaction, which is okay.
We've got to stop now. Thank you, Jason. We're at 4 minutes. Awesome job. We really appreciate Jason. He did go out of order. I see it says 5 here, but he was ready to go with the flow, which is incredible. And I know our next founder presenting is doing the same, just going with it here. So Jeff, how are you this evening?
I'm great. How are you doing? It's great to be here. I'm glad I got on camera today. That's wonderful. And tell Ron that if I have the amount of money I will pay to have somebody assemble my IKEA furniture back here is going up every hour on the hour because I just can't get
Oh my gosh. Well, wait, Jeff, but are you in Johns Creek? Because it's only
no. I'm sorry. That's not going to help. I'm in Puerto Rico, so we'll have to see what happens.
Oh, well, I don't know if your permanent home is in Johns Creek or not. I personally do not live in Johns Creek either, but for those who do, and I think that's a good community that Ram picked because there's a lot of families, and I'm thinking probably a lot of teenagers, as he mentioned, who would love those tasks. But yeah, maybe you can talk to Ram about it getting started in whatever community you are in. But we're going to keep it moving, Jeff. So are you sharing slides?
You know what? I'm not. It's just going to be my smiling face. Let's do it.
Excellent. Well, let's do it. I'll remove me and MJ, and we'll start the time when you start speaking.
All right. Stay with me. Imagine for a minute that you're an IT leader. You have a team that relies on you. You not only assign them tasks, but you manage the project that they will be judged by. If your team succeeds, you succeed. If you fail, they fail. They need to be prepared for the next big project. Your boss expects you to get them up to speed, and it's part of your job to help them get there. But each one needs different things to get where they need to go. Each one has different ways of learning. How do you create a custom, personalized learning and development plan for each of them? Manage that plan, track and report on that plan for measurable results, and do your job at the same time? You just can't. There's just not enough time in the day. The human capital team, they want to help you, but how can they? IT is complicated enough, and each member of your team needs specialized attention. Now, that's why 80% of employees around the country would not recommend their company's learning and development programs. It's because all of them are broken. Now, we all know it does not have to be that way. Technology can solve this problem. You need a system that lets employees and teams learn exactly what they need to, the way that's best for them, without having to sit through training or sessions that they do not want or need. That's a powerful idea, right? StackFactor is committed to bring that powerful idea to the world. StackFactor is a real platform that does exactly that with just a few clicks. We've already come so far, and we're driving to MVP now. Now, we need investors like you who believe in our mission to get us the rest of the way faster so that we can address this billion-dollar market together. You can be part of it. We hope you join us. That's stackfactor.io, stackfactor.io. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. An incredibly concise and well put together pitch with a clear ask. We've got some private chat kudos from our fellow founder, Jason. Told you did a nice job. We'll get MJ up here too. So we will kick off the time for your Q&A as soon as we start asking. So call to the audience if you would like to ask any questions to Jeff. MJ, is there anything?
Bring it. What do you want to know?
Yeah, so I would like to know, I see you're focusing on IT, and
right.
I would know just a little bit more in terms of with StackFactor, those customized learning development plans. Are you going to stick to a certain area, or like what would those plans look like?
Right. It's already, our technology that we're developing right now, and by the way, we have 3 patents pending as we speak. Our technology right now can be used for virtually any vertical market segment, any place people need advanced training. But we're starting with the IT segment, and specifically our target market is going to be companies that have IT departments of 10 or more employees is going to be one of our strongest target markets. We estimate it to be just over $1 billion worth of annual potential occurring revenue. And we chose this specifically because it's an area of personal expertise. All three of us founders started in the IT industry. We all came through different channels of it. We understand it and we have connections. So like, for example, let's say, for example, you wanted to learn JavaScript and you know nothing about JavaScript. You know, MJ, StackFactor can make you a JavaScript developer. But it starts where you are, what you know now. You let us know when you want to learn, how the best way to learn for you is. It could be, I like podcasts. I like to read articles. I like to watch YouTube videos. That's how I learn best. StackFactor takes all that into account and then takes your preferences, puts them in our algorithm and says, okay, MJ wants to be a JavaScript developer. How do we get her there? And it assembles a plan, how far you want to go, and fits it into your schedule because you tell it how many hours per week you have to study and when you want to learn. So did I answer your question or did I go too far?
Oh, no, you answered it. That's amazing. I'm just like, how can we take this technology and use it in the beauty industry? Like if someone wants to learn how to apply makeup or, you know, become a esthetician, I'm like, that's amazing. I love it. Exactly. I absolutely love it.
So
wonderful.
Actually,
thank you.
I have a question, Jeff, thinking about how you're incorporating different methods. We even spoke about, you know, my appreciation of one-on-one instruction is the most effective for me. And I get that people would have to find their own instructor, which there's so many avenues of doing so. Yeah. But how would the one-on-one instruction be incorporated, and like to what extent are you like equipped to support tutoring and one-on-one learning?
All right, so our platform is specifically designed to be content agnostic. Our job at StackFactor is to find the best content in every avenue possible, and then let it offer you the path that's best to you. So if you wanted to have a mentoring type relationship, StackFactor would help you find it if it was available. It's possible that there's nobody. Let's use the JavaScript example. It's possible that there are no qualified, accredited mentoring type programs available for that. So we would go to your number 2 choice. If your number 2 choice was YouTube videos, we would take you to your second choice from there. Does that make sense? Right. But if there are one-on-one learning programs and instruction programs that are available for what you want to learn, StackFactor's job is going to be to find them for you.
So how will you measure success, or how will you know that you've succeeded?
When everybody on the planet learns what they need to know, they don't learn what they don't need to know, and they get where they want to go as quickly as possible in a way that's personalized to them. That's a measure of success. I mean, I just finished my second college degree.
I need to cut you off, Jeff. We're at 4 minutes. I'm sorry. You're really getting on a roll there, but we will have the opportunity in networking for you to further speak with people in attendance. I'm personally really excited for this networking. So thank you again for pitching. We are going to take you off screen. Wow, MJ, what an incredible pitch competition so far. Well, I guess that wraps the pitches. But would you like to add anything before we open the voting?
I want to say I thoroughly enjoyed everyone that pitched. I mean, you guys are on to something in your own right. I think there are a lot of with your technology, you're filling the gaps that need to be filled that I probably wouldn't even have thought of. So kudos to you guys. I absolutely love what's going on here. So
I do too. Yes, it's incredible when people are solving problems that you haven't even thought of, but there's enough, passion and clarity on the problem. I'm particularly digging this group. This has been incredible. So on that note, we have the voting link scrolling at the bottom, but I'm also going to go ahead and share our QR code if you would like to vote on your phone. We'll make that available, but actually before I do, I think we'll get some of this should be license friendly music going. Woot woot. So let's get that going, and I'll get the QR up. It's atlantavoting.founderslive.com. We'll play some cheesy music for a few minutes, but not too long to bore you. I have a feeling this is going to be a tough competition. So we'll get that going for a few minutes, get our votes in and announce the winner, bring them on, and then we'll be on to networking. Okay, guys, we are going to announce a winner. We're going to announce a winner soon. So if you want to vote, please make sure to get your votes in. I'm going to check the comments. Oh my gosh. Yeah, please get your votes in, everyone. The link is stalled. If you wanted to vote for Stack Factor, everyone, please check back. I just updated our voting to include them, and we'll give it another minute or so. Oh. Okay, we're getting some comments that the voting is not loading. Here, let me post this in the chat. Can you guys tell me if our voting is working? I'm not sure, but we're getting some feedback that it's okay. Oh, never mind. Okay, good. So I guess it is working. Okay, guys. Let's turn this music off. Okay. What did Terry say? It loaded and he voted. That's the final word on it, guys. Okay, we have given this a good amount of time, so I'll bring MJ back up. MJ, we are wrapping up the voting. Oh my gosh. I did not even. Okay, actually, we're gonna need to leave it open. We need some kind of tiebreaker. I don't want to say what the tiebreaker is until we unless people don't vote, and then for the right ones that are in the tie, or if another one pulls ahead unexpectedly. But like, I'm not kidding, guys. We have two companies in literally a deadlocked tie. So if I'm not going to say who it is yet, we're going to hold off on that. But all of y'all go phone your friends real quick, tell them to vote, because seriously, if we don't get a winner in the next like minute or so, I'll say what the tie is that you guys need to go tie break. But let's just see if leaving this open for another moment is going to naturally break the tie. And our voting is completely updated too, so we'll make sure we're giving long enough for everyone to be included. But oh my gosh, MJ, I thought we had a winner. Okay, we're gonna count it down. I'm gonna give 20 more seconds. So it looks like there may be a tiebreaker, but I also just asked everybody to like get in there and vote. So I don't want to like say that and then close it like, oh my God, it keeps going neck and neck. This is like crazy. So I'm gonna give it 20 seconds. And if that doesn't work, let's see what happens there. But what are your thoughts, MJ? This is actually quite riveting.
I do not know. I don't know. I mean, everyone that pitched, it was good. This was a really good pitch today, guys. So I don't know.
I know. We had the tie. we had the tie broken at one point, and now it's like back in the deadlock. So I was like, oh, we're good, but we just told everybody to go in and vote. And now, okay, so guys, keep voting. If nothing else comes through naturally, I'll just say what the tie is, and then I'll give it like, oh my God, one of them pulled ahead. We're already past the time that we said we would break the tie. Oh, they've pulled ahead. Oh my God, it's like still neck and neck, MJ. I think we should let this kind of settle out, because like everybody knows we like just told people to break the tie. We've got plenty of time with all the correct startups in the sheet. So between all those factors, I'm like seeing these numbers move since we've made that announcement. I know I keep putting it off, but like truly this was riveting, and I want to make sure we're not like cutting it off early relative to just having told people to vote. So I really am going to time it to 20 now that one is ahead. So guys, if you want to be in on this final tie-breaking vote, I mean, it's the tie has been broken, but if you just got, yourself organized, in about 13 now seconds, we're going to say the winner. All right, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And our winner has pulled ahead enough that I feel comfortable. We can cut it off now. We're no longer like exactly in a neck and neck tie. We do actually have a winner at this point. So our little countdowns and our final call worked here. We are going to cut off voting now, as we are way past the usual voting window that we give, but in this relatively unique situation. However, at this point, we've had voting open for quite a while. So thank you, everyone. And we do have a winner now. We are cutting it off at this moment. And I am going to go ahead and announce our winner is Ram from Frugby. Ram, are you there?
Hello, I'm here. Thank you.
Yay, we're so glad. We're so glad to have you as a winner. It was like such an incredibly close competition, but I meant it when I said that we were cutting off, and that was your moment of winning. So from there, we have identified you as the winner in an incredibly close competition. So good job pulling ahead. Good job rallying your troops. I'm going to remove this voting link since we are done voting. So if you would like to make any, comments upon winning, and then we'll move on to networking.
I think, first of all, thanks for everybody to vote for us. And definitely, it's not a lot of friends. I guess a lot of people voted from the audience. Thank you so much. And as I said, we want to build a strong support system around us. It's not like average Joe like me. It's not like Janine, who is extrovert, like I'm kind of in the middle, right? I need a lot of support, and Frugby can help connecting people. At the same time, we can make earnings within the community, right? So that's what we are trying to achieve. Hopefully, you all can support and make that happen.
That's incredible, Ram. I love your mission to connect people in person. I've personally greatly enjoyed the in-person connections I've been able to make. So I think that's an incredibly worthy vision, and it'll be amazing to see you grow and see how this unfolds. We're getting congratulations from our other founders who presented. Everyone is really happy for you. So thank you again for pitching. I'm glad to have you. Congratulations on winning. MJ, over to you. And after that, we'll go to networking.
Yes, congratulations, Ram. I think, again, you have an amazing idea, amazing concept that is so needed. So I'm looking forward to really seeing how this is going to take off. And congratulations to everyone else that pitched as well.
Thank you, MJ.
All right, guys. We will see you in networking. We've posted that link. I'm going to put it in the comments as well. As I've said multiple times, I'm really excited for networking. I've talked about that a lot. So thanks, guys, and see you there.